Hi, can my stunner be a part of your team? Sorry, we already have one. Hi, I was just wondering if Trigger could— No, sorry, Chingy got here first. Oh, wait, let's get out of here. This must be the bad side of town. Wait, don't forget about me! You know what? If no one wants you as their best in slot, I'll just make you a new team. Come meet your new friends.
Hi.
Wait, this is a wheelchair comp. Fuck! Hi, my name's Kreese or Kree, and I am the modern day equivalent of a medieval jester, just for you. I really love the Agent Trigger, and I really hate that she's just a fill a bar character and then swap off. So I have been practicing this ultimate waste of resources team, which is Astra, Trigger, and Nicole. So the reason why this team works so well, it just comes down to the fact that Nicole's basic attacks triggers, yeah, get it, triggers her aftershocks really well. So you can really like get Trigger to be like an off-field just demon. So when it comes to this team, the roles that they're filling is Astra is being Astra. Of course, she's going to quick swap a lot. She's going to buff attack, she's going to buff damage percent, she's going to buff crit damage. She's Astra. If you've played the game even a little bit, you know what Astra is. Trigger, we're going to keep her— some people might want to put her on the Aftershock set just to increase her DPS, but in my testing, I've kind of found out that unless like you're really going hard in her DPS, just keeping her on a stunning type set is honestly the best you could possibly do, because more stun windows, like even if she's doing less damage in general, she's getting you maybe 1.5 extra stun windows, and those stun windows really increase your DPS. So you're not getting as high damage numbers, but the stun windows are what matters the most. I'm running her on the 4-piece new set. I was running her on 4-piece Shockstar and getting similar results, but this is something I've been testing recently. I have her signature, so I'm able to get crit damage, and then I would like electric damage, but this piece is cracked and I do not have any other better ones. And then I'm still running her on impact just for those extra stun windows like I mentioned. So 69, the reason why I could get my crit rate higher, but she doesn't get her additional in this team, so her crit rate really doesn't matter other than her personal damage. So with Nicole, it's going to look a little weird. We have a DPS Nicole build. Since she's on-fielding so much, her damage is a little important, and she can honestly deal some pretty decent damage. Like, she hits like 10k times 3 with her normal attack, which is pretty nice. It's weird. I didn't think she'd hit that much damage with her normal attack, but I think that's the power of Trigger's Winjin and then her core, giving, I think it's what, a total of 40 and what, 25? Yeah, so 65% damage, like, damage. 65% defense reduction, which is really nice. Really nice, and you feel it. But I do have 4-piece Chaos Metal, so what that's going to do is you get a lot of corruption procs, because, you know, you're spamming Nicole's ether field so much. You're not really saving it for a burst window. You're just using it every time it's off cooldown. And then this looks a little cursed, but let me explain myself. So if you wanted to do this build, you do not need Hugo's Winjin. I'm just using it because it's crit rate substat, but I also do have a steel cushion that would work exactly the same. Like literally exactly the same. You do not need Hugo's Winjin for this. The only reason I'm using Hugo's Winjin is because I don't want to waste any more resources on anything associated with Neko Mana. I'm good. I don't ever want to see that character ever again. Anyways, yeah, so it literally has the same exact base stat and advanced stat. I'm just using it because it's level 60 and this one's level 50. So you don't need Hugo's Ring, I promise. So I've brought us to the VR training just so I can kind of just turn everything to invincible and then turn, you know, like the level up. We'll get kind of a realistic damage number, but not really. So the main thing I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to show you like what the team feels like. So with this team, you're really just going to want to keep your Astra voice as high as possible. So every time your Astra lets you swap, you're going to take that. And then every time you can quick swap off into Trigger, you're going to take that. Every time you can quick swap into Nicole, you're going to take that. When you're holding EX, you're going to want to hold it and then do the spin prompt. If you didn't know, you can hold EX and then you can do a spin prompt, and that will let you sit on the briefcase and hold it longer. The important thing about that is whenever... Alright, buddy. So whenever you do your skill or your ult on Trigger, you'll go into a special state where every attack is going to prompt a aftershock. So what's cool about this is you can do that, swap onto Nicole, and then use her EX, barrel stuff, and then while you're holding it, do the spin prompt right in the middle of it, and it'll let you hold it for longer and get more in, like more aftershock hits in, as well as increase your Nicole DPS. So eventually, as you're playing this, you're going to notice that you're going to be just spending energy like a monster, and it is just a very stupid playstyle. I know I have infinite energy right now, so it's a little hard to like kind of gauge how the enemy the team actually performs, but I promise it is very fun. Yeah, it just it turns into swapping back and forth over and over and over, and it is eventually sometimes like you'll have enough energy, like you'll have Astra's chain, like her activation of her ult. It's gonna go into Trigger, then it's gonna go into Nicole, then it's gonna go back into Trigger, then usually you'll use her ult. It's gonna swap you back to Nicole, then you can use her ult. You can then ult, and sometimes, like, I think the max I've had on field is 4 of her microwaves, and the DPS from that is crazy. I think I've got, like, almost, like, 7k deadly assault score off of one stun window doing that. But yes, it is, like, just the ultimate quick swap team, because literally every character is going to prompt a quick swap of some kind. So you're going to be constantly swapping off of people, normal attacking until you get the prompt to swap off. Maybe you'll get a skill and you'll swap back onto Nicole. Maybe you'll use your microwave and then you can swap back onto Trigger. You can get your enhanced state, swap back onto Nicole, normal attack, maybe hold your EX, and it's just... Like, I'm really understating it, but this team is just, like, if you want a very stupidly fun team and you don't care about the lack of resources, this team can clear, and it's very stupidly fun. So I have been grinding this team, like, grinding, just trying to learn all the little, like, niche ways I can increase the team's performance. If you're part of my Discord, I've posted about this team a lot and about improving my scores slowly over time. I have joined VC. I have streamed me just doing this run over and over and over. I feel like I'm 50 hours into fighting Radon on Elden Ring on launch week, and I just keep going and going. And I have gotten some pretty interesting clears with this team. It is like, I cannot understate that this team is potentially one of the funnest teams I have ever played in this game. Is it a ginormous waste of resources? Yes. But is it fun? Absolutely. It is a quick swap nightmare. You are constantly going to be quick assisting to the point where every other team is going to feel too slow. Don't expect really good scores right now, because I am not very good at multitasking, like I've stated in other videos, but we'll try, definitely, for sure, and I'll just kind of talk about it as I'm going through and kind of explain like my thought process as it's going on, and try my best to eliminate monkey brain and be able to do both at the same time. It's me from the future. I just wanted to ask if you are enjoying this video, if you could like, subscribe, comment, tell me what I could improve on, tell me what I am doing right, tell me what you enjoyed about the video. I finally have access to analytics, seeing how, you know, enough data has been gathered from my first 2 videos, and I finally have that funny watch time from subscribers thing. So, if you are subscribed and watching the video, I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed and you're watching the video and you're liking it, maybe you could subscribe. Anyways, back to the video. So like I said, always going to want to try to keep our Astra voice stacks up high on Astra, so that is keeping every bar up, quick swapping when we can, when we get the prompt. We're going to swap back onto Astra, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get her enhanced state up for our first hold on Nicole. And what we're going to do is we're just going to normal attack on this since she's still in the enhanced state, and then we can swap back even if you get hit and you swap back onto that character, it's actually still going to keep the Astral voice swap because it's still technically a quick assist, which I think is really funny. And what we're really trying to fish for, especially on this boss, is we're really trying to get that stun in before it can do its first, like, you know, where it like just shoots marionettes at you. And our rotation's always going to try to look pretty much the same.
This bullet will reach its mark.
So we're just trying to constantly swap back and forth, keep Trigger in her enhanced state, and keep Nicole shooting out radioactive microwaves like this. And then we can go back to normal attacking. And as you can see, before the first phase in 2 minutes, we're already almost at 10k. We're going to go ahead and pre-fire just one radio. We're going to go and pre-fire one field just so we can get our defense shred up again on our enhanced bullets. And whenever we're out, like we've used all of our enhanced bullets, that's when you can like really start thinking about swapping off. And then we're trying to build our energy back up. And then right now would probably be a good time since we're watching our purge bar right up there just to get Trigger's bar back up a little bit. And then we can hold, we can do the quarter circle input, and that will bring us into that like little bit of extra increased DPS. We always want to try to get our stun bar roughly around when the boss is going to go into its enhanced state, just because it is a monster to try to deal with that. Doing our ult here is going to get us back into that enhanced state that really lets us get our aftershocks going, and then we can just continue to kind of attack over and over. And you can see we are prompting a lot of kind of funny damage numbers. You also want to focus on killing as many of these as we can because, you know, extra score, additional score, it's always nice. So when you see me swapping off, like using the defensive assist, that's typically around I'm keeping track of my bullets. Like, so after you use your EX on Nicole, you get enhanced bullets, and those bullets also apply the defense shred. So you want to try to kind of keep track of a lot of things on this team. So it's about to end, so we're just going to go ahead and use our ult, and I think that's going to let us get a extra stun window, and that's going to let us spam out just a tiny bit more damage. Just a little more. Oh, we're almost done, but we can also get another Nicole ult, and I think we're honestly, yep, get another one there, and just a little more, aha, and we have beat my current record. We have 30k'd it. Oh, that is a crazy pose. Yeah, so that, I don't know how this always happens, but every time I go to record a video, I always beat whatever deadly assault score I have. It's like, it's a beautiful karma ridden, I don't even know what it is. It's like God above is smiling upon me and giving me a amazing run right when I am recording. It's like the opposite. I know some people, like when they make videos, they're like, oh, it's like the camera makes me play worse or something, but I don't know. It's like I think what I'm realizing is I play better when I'm talking. I don't understand. Like some people play better when they're drunk. Some people play better when they're under the influence of anything in particular. I think mine is just yapping. I think that's my lock-in, is just yapping. But yeah, no, if you were just watching that and you kind of zoned out during it, it's a very fun team. It's stupidly fun. There are other variations of this team I've tried that I'll kind of go over. So on stream, I tried instead of Nicole, I tried doing a enabling like kind of driver Astra. So I'd have her on field and I'd attack a lot. The set that I have on my Nicole, I had on my Astra, and I was running Nicole on Astra's signature. I was able to clear. Wait, no, wait, yes! I didn't even notice! We 20k'd. We 20k'd it. Let's go. Oh, we 20k'd it. My beautiful, beautiful 5 cost team. This is DPS Trigger and Astra. But it didn't feel right comparatively. And the on-field Nicole just feels so right with Astra. I mean, with Trigger. It is unbelievably smooth to play. I promise, like, if you watch this video and you sit down and you try this comp, I promise you will be amazed about how smooth the team feels to play. It just feels so natural just to consistently quick swap. You feel like almost everybody on the team is doing something. And that's like my favorite thing about Zenless is the fact that agents kind of stick on field for a little bit, to the point where with Trigger especially, like when you tap your triangle, midway through it, you can swap off your agent. When you're holding down her normal fire to fill up her purge bar, you can swap off and she'll continue to fire for a couple seconds. It feels like there are micro improvements that you could do to make it, you know, unique to you. And I think that's what's really fun about it. Is this the most beginner friendly team with Astra and Trigger both having their Wingens and M6 Nicole using a 5-star crit Wingen? No. But it's super fun. And I think that's the main thing I try to do, like with these videos, is I try to think outside of the box. Of course, with a limited amount of agents, this team has done before. Well, this team has been done before. But I genuinely do not think I've seen a video covering it as much as this one currently here. There are a multitude of ways you could play it. You could put Trigger on the Aftershock set and really increase her DPS. You could make Astra Yao the driver and you still be able to clear. You could do countless things to make this team work. The vertical investment of Trigger is honestly astonishing, and I don't know how we got to this point. Her M1 adds an additional 20% damage bonus at all times. So I should have explained this earlier in the video, but the good thing about Trigger is that whenever she hits something with her Aftershock, she applies a 35% stun multiplier, and you'd be like, oh, well, I mean, that's like Chingy. She increases the stun damage, but it's not even that much. It works when they're not stunned. So it's a constant 35% damage increase, not even including her Wingen that gives 25% defense shred. She's a very good unit. And it also, it increases, like the usual M1, it fixes some issues with her kit, so it increases her purge bar. Her M2 gives everyone crit damage. 24 crit damage. It is nice. So a stopping point for me potentially is either her M1 or M2. I don't really see myself, you know, going any further. M4 would be good for personal DPS. It increases her attack pretty much. It gives her additional attack based off of her impact, which is really nice to keep her as a stunner. M6 is M6. I don't really recommend going for an M6 of a character unless you really love that character. On reruns, you could probably like pick up one of each and then eventually have them M6, especially by that point, if you did like one per rerun, they wouldn't be as relevant anymore. But in my opinion, a lot of the like accounts that have all M6s, I do not understand, because it's like, you're paying more money to play the game less. Do you not like the game? Or, I mean, to each their own. There's probably some reason they like doing it. Maybe they like the feeling of clearing Shiyu in 7 seconds. But me personally, I like doing stupid stuff like this. And usually, the higher you get an investment, the less the impact of the team is on the more casual fan base. Like, I had to hold myself back so hard from getting Astra's M1. I'm recording this right on the day of Jafufu. And so the entire time Astra was running, I was like scratching my arms, like just like, I need it. And I'm like, no, you can't. Because if you get it, then all of your builds are going to be pointless, because M1W1 Astra is so good of a buffer that she can make even Nekomata work. I don't like Nekomata. But yeah, so her M2 is very good. Nicole's M6 I think is borderline necessary for this comp, but if you've been playing the game, you know, for longer than a couple of months, you probably have her close to or at M6. Her M6 is very nice. It gives everybody 15 crit rate. She gives more ether damage. She gives defense shred. She's Nicole. She's good. Astra's, her Wingen's nice. Definitely not necessary. If you watch any guide maker on Astra, they will tell you do not pull the Wingen. It's not worth it. Bashful Demon or Kaboom is perfectly fine, and it's not even that much of an increase. I pulled it, and this is going to sound awful. I pulled it specifically for the Wingen effect. I just wanted the Wingen effect. That is all. I'm sure it does other things, like, I mean, it slightly increases DPS, and it makes your build easier to do. But I pulled it for the sparkly hair. And then I feel like Trigger's Wingen is very good. The build, King of the Summit, is definitely not super necessary. While it's appreciated, it's not the most important thing. I was running 4-piece Shockstar, 2-piece crit rate, and it was perfectly fine. So that's where it ends us. This is a monumental waste of resources, but it is very fun. It is cool. The quick swap is there. It really shows off Astra's potential to be a quick swap enabler, a dual DPS enabler. It shows off Trigger's potential to be a very valid sub DPS. And most importantly, it proves time and time again that Nicole is one of the best units in the game. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you'd comment, if you'd like, if you'd try the team out. I think that's the most important thing I have been trying to state in these videos, is try these teams out. If you have the units and, you know, you're in the end game, you don't have a lot to do, try it. It's fun. It's fun. That's the thing that matters. If you do end up trying it, I beg, tag me in it. I want to see if you come up with any improvements to the team. Tell me. I want to know. I want to be better with this team. If you have any comments, I know in the Bernice one, I got a bunch of really helpful people who explain little micro texts with Bernice and with Lighter and with Lucy, and I have them screenshotted. Like, I didn't just comment that to be like, oh yeah, I have it screenshotted. No, I have them screenshotted. I have them saved in a folder. I love interacting with you guys, and I love hearing what little things you've picked up. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.